So I love homeschool curriculum and homeschool supplies, and I love thrifting. And so nothing is better than when I go to the thrift store and I luck out on a large haul of homeschool supplies. So today I'm going to share with you the haul I found the last time I was at the thrift store. I lucked out. I think a homeschool mom must have been there recently and dropped off all her stuff because I found curriculum, I found books, I found experiment kits, I found puzzles, I found games, and I didn't buy everything, but I got a good chunk of stuff. So I want to show you those today. If you do like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you've used any of these, comment below, or if you found some amazing things at thrift stores, let me know because it's always fun to see what other people find as well. But thrift stores are such a good way of getting things for super inexpensive that I wouldn't normally buy because I don't have the budget for it. But like experiment kits, I don't normally have the budget for a lot of that. But if I can get it for $3 at Goodwill, I'm all in. So without much more ado, let me go ahead and kind of just get started and show you what I found. So the first one I found was this puzzle for young children. It's like a 42 piece, I think, large piece puzzle for my kids. I'm like, what better way to learn the states of the United States than a puzzle? Because my daughters both love puzzling. So we brought this home. And of course, the next morning they had it on the floor and had completed it in no time and they want to do it over and over. So this is a great, for a couple bucks, resource for geography that I was really happy to find for my toddlers. And then I found 2 bingo games. And I was so impressed with these. So I found a bug bingo and an ocean bingo. And I looked online and this artist has so many of these with different things. And the art in these are beautiful. And I'm going to turn the camera on and show you a little bit of just what it looks like real quick because I was so impressed. Let's see if I can show you inside this without taking too much time, but just a real brief look inside. It has this absolutely gorgeous master chart. And so this is what you pull open as the person doing the bingo cards. And it opens up one more time. I can't do it all, but it shows you all the different animals, and that's where you would put the chips on as you pull them out. It's got your just basic chips, and then here is the bag that you would use. Wow, I tied that tight. That you would pull out to call your animals. So it has each one, and then you could use that master chart to put them on. And then it has your bingo cards, and it's got like 10 or 15 of these, so a good amount to go through, but the artwork on these is beautiful and the quality is really nice. These are nice boards, smooth, pretty, and the pieces are well built. I feel like the quality is just really beautiful, and it's this like canvasy like board. So I was super impressed with those, and just the quality of them, I was so happy. So those are some of the games I found, and then I found this Everything You Need to Ace American History notebook. And I have seen these big fat notebooks before on like math and science, and I have never been super intrigued by them. But when I looked through this history one, I thought, oh, this is a cool either way to incorporate it into our learning when we get to American history, or even just as a resource for kids. But it looked like fun compared to some of the other history books. So I'm going to keep this on my shelf for when we get to it, not in the next year or two, but a couple of years down the road. And for $1, I don't mind getting resources for a couple years down the road. So that was one of the pieces of curriculum. And then I also found this Language Smarts Level C by Critical Thinking Company. And this was completely unused except the very first page had some pencil marks in it. That was it. Brand new for $1. I was just, I love finding things for so cheap. It makes me happy. So something else I found isn't technically curriculum. It's more of an arts and craft thing, but these paint by stickers. And I've had these on my wish list to buy for my daughter when she gets a little bit more motor skills. She's not quite there yet, but she's so close. But if you haven't seen these, they have an outline of a bird or whatever the big book is about with the sticker names. And in the back, they have the sticker names for each bird. So they take these stickers and they put them on the correct spots. And when you're done, you have a complete bird. And this book had just one completed out of all of them. So this is what they look like when they're completed. So they completed this one, and everything else is in their perfect condition. So I was super thrilled. Again, I think it was $1. I don't know how you beat that. And then I found the Jesus Storybook Bible, which I have been interested in looking at. I know people love it. I have not read it, but my daughters are like at this age exactly, and I've been looking for some new Bible stories for them. So I'm looking forward to looking at that with them. And then by the same artist or same author as that, I found this Thoughts to Make Your Heart Sing devotional for children. And then I also found an Elephant and Piggy book because I was curious if my daughter would really enjoy these, and she loved it. So we're going to go get some more, whether from the library or other words. I found this book called The Chocolate Touch, which funnily enough, I had seen somebody recommend this book maybe a day before we went. And then I saw it there and thought, sure, I'll try it out. So I'm curious to read this. I have not read it. And then these are a little bit older, but again, books that will go on our shelf for references for our homeschooling. This is a historical fiction book, Stowaway, and it's basically Captain Cook's sail from England, and it's from the perspective of somebody on ship. It's fiction, but it's historically based with some factual stuff. And then Animal Farm, which is definitely above my children, but my husband will really enjoy this, and I will probably have my children read this as they get older as an assigned reading in their school. And then the last book kind of resource I found was this I Spy Christmas, and I love I Spy books. My husband and I actually do these together, but then my younger daughter just recently has been getting into the junior I Spy books, not quite this advanced, and loving them. So I'm going to collect these as I see them because they're great, just visual recognition, thinking, counting riddles, and so those are for them, and I was happy to find that. So I have 2 more things I found. I'm trying to go kind of quick because I don't want to bore you with, if you're not interested in some of this, but are in some, I don't want to take forever. But I found 2 experiment kits. And one of them is this crystal growing kit. And I opened this up completely unused. Everything is still sealed in their packages. They didn't even try it out. They must have opened it, put it on their shelf and never used it, or somebody gave it to them and they didn't use it. It was maybe a gift. I don't know. But everything is completely unopened. So I showed this to my husband, who's like, I'll do that with them. He's going to be the one who's going to do all the experiments with them. I just know that's the way it is. He loves that kind of thing, which is great. It's a wonderful way for him to be involved in our homeschool. So I was super happy about this because I think the girls are going to love this. And it was like, I don't even know. I don't know if the sticker's still on there. It's not. It was a couple bucks. I don't know. Maybe 3, I'm thinking. And then I got one other experimental, like chemistry type experiment kits called, well, you probably can't see it over here. My camera, I forget my camera's angled on this side right now. Beakers and Bubbles, Foundation Chemistry. And this again was, I don't know if I have a couple bucks somewhere on here. But it's an experiment chart, and it has some chemicals, it has some dyes, it has like a little notebook, a little blackboard that you chart on, and it has the beakers and all that. And so they have the instructions, put these things together and watch the way it reacts, and then try the same things but at different temperatures and see how they react differently at different temperatures, or if you have different amounts of different things. So basically, it's teaching your kid how to observe and how to experiment and try out just changing, I'm losing the word, but just changing one small aspect of their experiment to see how it changes the results. And so for a couple of bucks, I think they'll have a blast with this. Again, I think this is something my husband may end up doing with them, but a great resource to find. So like I said, I think that there must have been a homeschool mom before me who dropped some of her stuff off. And I was really glad I showed up that day because I found a few other things that were homeschool related there as well that I just didn't end up getting because I was trying to evaluate, what should I buy? What shouldn't I? It's so easy for me to go overboard when it's all really cheap. But I'm really happy with what we got. So if you've used this kind of stuff or if you've had fun with a homeschool haul, I would love to know what you found. But hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and maybe some of these ideas are ones that you want to go check out. I'll try to find links for most of these things. I know they were thrift stores, so I don't have the links I purchased them from, but if I can find them on Amazon or something, I'll link them below if you want to actually go check the item out if you're interested in one of these. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you in a couple days.